Anyway, I mean, what I wanted to talk about with Pidcock is that he apparently took the KOM for the Col de Rats or the Col de Rates, however you say it, Col de Rade in Danish, but I don't know how you say it in Spanish. This is, for context, the climb that most pros use when they encalpate to kind of gauge their form, etc., etc. This is also the climb where a young Jonas Vingegaard took the KOM in 2018, I believe. And as a result of that, well, there was many other factors as well. That's why Jumbo signed him. And Juan Ayuso took it in the 31st of December last year. And now Tom Pidcock is taking 30 seconds out of his time. So my question is Tom Pidcock just phenomenal? Is he going to win the tour now? Because is he going to finish on the podium at the Vuelta España?
No.
Oh God, probably not.
That's a
End of
Yorkshireman
sentence.
saying this. They're going to take your citizenship for this. Can't come back in Yorkshire after this. You have to
Why do
stay in
they
the
think
Lake
what's the
District.
Lake District? I'm defected. Defected to Cumbria. I don't know. I would love to get on the hype with it. I really would. But I mean, you can take one thing from it. Obviously, the fact that he's taking it is a sign that he's got really good legs. Fantastic. That is an absolute tick in the box. Good stuff. It is. But it's just like people could like if that's the only effort he did on the day and he's like completely fresh, you know, you you could probably take it and take that 30 seconds. Whereas, you know, a Yuzo, I think he did it like once before and then did enough and then took the KOM afterwards. So it's kind of like what's the repeated effort kind of this would be very similar to Pidcock rolls up to the UAE again, rubbish res, goes up, has to down, and then has down, Jabal Piffy, and then does like insane watts per kilo. Everybody overreads it, and then he gets spat at the tour because there's not just one climb in a lot of tall mountain stages. There's like multiple ones, and it's the accumulation of the effort which makes them harder. As Tade after, you know, Galibier last in 2022. That was the thing which really cracked it, not necessarily the final climb, it's the accumulation. So I would look. Don't get me wrong, obviously in great form, but I think we need to see more from like the multiple mountain stages. That I think that will give us a better indication as to what kind of GC contender is. But I think it's definitely a step up from last year.
Yeah, I like that. This probably isn't enough of a sign to say that he's going to win a Grand Tour. Let's be real. Um,
Well, Vingegaard won two and he slower time.
True, but he usually hasn't won any.
Ouch.
exactly. Um, Also, Vanguard got it in 2018. Come on, that was like before. That was 4 years before he won a Tour de France. I don't know. Pidcock, as you say, these long mountain days, he just seems to struggle on them too much. I don't think he's quite up there in the upper echelon in terms of his time trialing yet. Yeah, I think his schedule's hard with the mountain biking focus, cyclocross, and doing Grand Tours. We've never really seen this before. We see guys do these different disciplines like Van der Poel, but then not do a Grand Tour. It's such a different frame, it's such a different build, and also just the timings of it all. Cyclocross works because it's in the winter. Mountain biking season is quite like summer focused, and if he's focusing on Grand Tours, then he can't really balance out both. So as much as Ineos Grenadiers would love him to be their new Grand Tour force, and how much they're allegedly paying according to that Gazzetta dello Sport article, it would make a lot of sense for him to be a Grand Tour contender, but I just do not see it, to be honest. I think baby steps, even a top 10 at a Grand Tour. He's now done two, not reached top 10 either time. He was close in 2022, but for him to be in a discussion about winning a Grand Tour, he needs to finish in top 10 first.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's if you back to the what stages of like the mountain stages in the tour last year did Pidcock do well in? It was Grand Colombier, one climb, and it was Puy de Dôme, where there was just like one climb at the end of the day. So
Sorry, Patrick. I don't know if you're aware of this, but just you did a thumbs up. I don't know what this is, but on screen they just put a big thumbs up emoji.
good day.
Yeah.
It's just the emoji for me.
it,
It's
it looks so
hilarious.
silly. Does it work with like with the thumbs down as well? What?
No, it doesn't. Oh no, it does. It does.
Oh,
This is
there we go.
fantastic news. Sorry. Anyway, Zoom features aside, Pidcock did well on the mountain stages where there was just one climb in the day. At the end of the day, it's just like a watts per kilo bash. But when you get to the multiple mountains, that's where he started to struggle. So I think that's kind of like the natural next. That's the natural next step. So to say, I, I do think that he could finish top 10 of the tour this year. And I think Algarve will be really interesting to watch to see how his TTs develop because there is a TT in there. So we'll see how he stacks up.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough with Pidcock. Yeah, it is just one climb, and many of the big guys don't even upload their rides to Strava, so there might be faster
I
times
mean,
as well. Alleged Remco did even faster apparently this year, so it's
That makes
all.
sense.
allegedly, so did I. I'm actually on the KOM. I just haven't uploaded it.
Oh my
I
God.
want, I
Also,
want to, I want to keep everyone humble. I want to make sure that everybody knows that I am the true person who is the heir to the throne of, like,
But
I
it is
am the
good
best
signs.
form.
It is good signs. Whatever, it's still.
I've got such good form. I can actually do 7 watts a kilo for like 80 minutes straight. It's just that no,
I
I
don't.
haven't uploaded it, guys.
not gonna lie, if you went to the Giro, you could probably finish top 20 anyway, given its current start list.
I mean,
Honestly,
Pidcock should
I
be there. Why not?